If you ever find an old broomstick, don't throw it away. You might be surprised. That simple item can actually become a source of extra income, just like what I did, by turning it into unique and valuable handmade crafts. So, this time, we're going to make a kite using recycled broomsticks. The materials you'll need, besides the sticks, are a sharp knife and some string. We'll use the string to tie the sticks together and form the basic frame of the kite, ready to be decorated later. Next, I looked for a piece of dry bamboo, about 1 meter long, to use as the main frame of the kite. I chose bamboo for the center frame because it's strong and less likely to break. I then trimmed or shaved the bamboo down to match the width of the kite's wings, just a little thicker than the broomsticks. This process needs to be done carefully. I sliced it slowly with a sharp knife to keep it smooth and prevent it from cracking. Now, the bamboo I've trimmed is starting to look good and ready to use. I also prepared a few extra bamboo sticks, just in case the main frame breaks, so we can quickly replace it without starting all over again. The bamboo needs to be shaved neatly, and this time I shaped it into a round form. However, some people prefer to make it square. It really depends on personal preference. The most important thing is to keep the size even and the surface smooth so the kite stays balanced when it flies. Now, the main frame of the kite is almost finished. At this stage, you need to be extra careful when slicing the bamboo. Cut it slowly and with steady pressure to prevent it from breaking and to keep the shape neat. And here it is. The main bamboo frame of the kite is finally complete. Take a look at it. It looks pretty good and sturdy, doesn't it? After finishing the bamboo trimming, I started picking out the best broomsticks from the broom I usually use to sweep the yard at home. I carefully looked at each one and selected a few that were straight and sturdy to use as the supporting frame for the kite. For the kite's wings, I used 4 broomsticks, 2 placed on the top and 2 on the bottom. The top sticks were cut to the same length, and the bottom ones were also cut equally. However, the bottom sticks were made slightly shorter than the top ones to keep the wing shape balanced and help the kite fly steadily. Alright, now I'm going to start by tying the upper part of the kite's wing frame. I tightly and neatly tie both of the top sticks to make sure the frame stays firm and doesn't move out of place. After making sure the knot is tight enough, I cut off the excess string with a knife. Then, I lightly burn the tip of the thread to prevent it from fraying and to keep the knot secure. And here's the result. A strong and tidy knot, just as you can see. After tying the upper and lower frames together, the next step is to connect the top and bottom ends. This will firmly join both sides and create the shape of the kite's wings. When tying the ends, do it slowly and carefully because the tips of the sticks are very fragile. Also, make sure both sides of the kite's wings are the same length so the kite stays balanced and doesn't tilt when it flies.
Ờ gì vậy? Lên lên đi.
Cái này được ba biển à?
As you can see, the kite's wings are now fully formed and look great. Next, we'll tie them to the main bamboo frame that we trimmed earlier. You can see how neat the tying looks. It's strong and well done. Even the trimmed thread ends look clean, giving the kite frame a nice, tidy finish. Now, we're going to tie the wings to the main frame. I'll start by securing the top part tightly, since this is the main point that ensures the kite will fly steadily later on. Don't forget to trim off the excess string to keep it neat. If needed, lightly burn the tip of the string so it won't unravel or come loose later on. Now, we're going to tie the bottom part. By the way, at the point where the main frame and the wings meet, I made a small hole to make the joint stronger and more secure. And don't forget to tie it tightly so it won't come loose later. Okay, the kite's frame is now complete. Next, we'll make the tail part. Take a look. It's starting to look really good, isn't it? On the tail frame of the kite, I also made a small hole to make it stronger and more stable when tied together. The kite tails I made this time have different shapes. One is crescent-shaped and the other is square. The most challenging part is tying the end of the kite's tail frame to the wings. Since both parts are made from thin sticks, tying them too tightly might cause them to break, but if it's too loose, the frame won't be stable. I tied it slowly and carefully, making sure the connection is strong and secure. Yes, the entire kite frame is finally complete. I believe this kite will fly really high, because the wings are perfectly balanced and the whole frame looks strong and well built. Now, it's time to cover it with plastic or paper and see how amazing it turns out. Covering the kite with plastic is actually very easy to do. You can choose any color you like, depending on your style. For mine, I'm using black with a touch of white to make it look more attractive. The kite is ready. Now, let's take it out and see how it flies. But since it's already getting dark, I'll only fly it for a short while, just enough for you to see how it looks in the air. Wow, the kite is flying perfectly in the sky. The pull on the string feels really strong, just as you can see. It's such a satisfying result.